ahead on WBKB, raising money for the 4th of July fireworks. Plus, a new Alpena County administrator is appointed, and Michigan schools could soon have Narcan accessible in case of overdoses. You're watching Thunder Bay News Network. WBKB News at 11 starts now.
Live from the shores of Thunder Bay, this is WBKB 11 Late Night News, bringing you the latest in local news, weather, and sports. With an update on today and your first look at tomorrow, this is WBKB 11 Late Night News.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Kyra Davis. The ATV ORV Alpena Fun Run is taking place next Saturday, May 4th at the Barton City Baseball Field. The Harrisville Fireworks Fund and Barton City Improvement Association is throwing an ATV ORV Alpena Fun Run to raise funds to help them provide quality fireworks to the city on 4th of July. This event will feature 5 different ATV and ORV challenges, a 50-50 raffle, and a live auction. The fun run races are open to ATV, ORVs, UTVs, and dirt bikes, as long as each vehicle has a valid Michigan ORV license and trail permit. It costs $5 to participate in the fun run if you pre-register, and $10 if you register the day of. To pre-register, you can contact 989-335-0137. The Harrisville Fireworks Fund would like to remind everyone that all local, state laws and ordinances must be followed at all times during the fun run. The Alpena County Board of Commissioners decided to extend the vacant position to Jesse Osmer, the current commissioner for District Number 2.
The appointment of Jesse Osmer as the new Alpena County Administrator is currently awaiting finalization through contract negotiations. However, this process is likely to be a mere formality.
I believe that if we're going to do cuts in the county, it should start right in the Commissioner's office. So I did project around $25,000 less than what the last administrator was making.
The county administrator is an important role, and the commissioners need the assistance to run the county properly.
It's really difficult when you have a Board of Commissioners. It's a part-time position. These individuals do put a lot of hours in, but at the end of the day, some of them have full-time jobs, some of them have other things going on outside of this position. And they depend on an individual to kind of oversee and, again, execute the policies that they put into place.
Government and politics have significantly shaped Jesse Osmer's life, and he aims to leverage the knowledge he has gained from interactions with local, state, and federal officials in his upcoming role within the county.
I love challenges, and I think one of the biggest challenges we're facing right now as a county is our deficit. We're fluctuating between around $1.6 and $1.8 million that we're in the red, and I'm really looking into rolling up my sleeves, getting in there and trying to help find some savings, help bring some money to the county through grants, and get us back on track.
In Alpena, Lisa Day, WBKB News.
Thanks, Lisa. Personal use fuel wood applications are available at Alpena City Hall, Departments of Public Works at no cost to the community. The wood is located at the wood lot on US 23 North, next to Suburban Propane. The excess wood stems from the removal of trees on the city streets. Homeowners living near this lot were given first-hand access. The city of Alpena is now offering it to the public once they complete the fuel wood application. The personal fuel wood is available on a first-come, first-served basis. To access the application, you can go to www.alpena.mi.us. Overdose deaths from opioids are up dramatically in Michigan over the last 25 years, 18 times higher than in the late 90s, according to Michigan's Health Department. Life-saving Narcan is now available for free in many communities across West Michigan. And as News Channel 3's Kirk Mason reports, now there's a push at the state capitol to try and require schools to have Narcan.
A round of golf around Battle Creek is something Lance Kroll enjoys. It's also something he doesn't take for granted because he's fortunate to still be alive.
I was in my parents' basement and unfortunately overdosed in their basement.
Kroll was addicted to heroin. In 2017, if his parents hadn't called a retired Michigan State trooper they knew while their son was overdosing, he would be gone.
Really that started my recovery journey, because at that point you realize that you need some help.
Paramedics gave Kroll Narcan, which saved his life.
It reverses an overdose, so it's a nasal, very easy to use.
Narcan is now available for free at many locations across Calhoun County. This former newspaper vending machine holds free Narcan at the Transportation Center in downtown Battle Creek. Dawn Smith, the executive director with the Substance Abuse Council, told us the 100 doses this machine holds has to be refilled every couple of weeks.
The overdose rate in Calhoun County is very high, and we don't want people to die. We want people to survive so we can get treatment and we can get into recovery.
The key to Narcan working is having access to it where an overdose is happening. Now here at the state capitol in Lansing, state leaders are weighing whether it's time to require that access in schools.
It really does help to make sure that we are prepared for these rises in overdoses or for an accidental contact.
State Rep John Fitzgerald, a Democrat from Wyoming, is a bipartisan co-sponsor of a package of bills that includes requiring schools to have anti-overdose medication.
Would schools be required to pay for it, or how's that going to work?
So we're really relying on community health departments to make sure that they can be the partner and kind of the conduit to receiving those Narcan or naloxone type drugs in the schools.
Some school districts already have Narcan, but Smith says others are hesitant because they worry it creates a stigma about their school.
I understand that there is that you don't want to be associated with a drug problem school, right? But our community has a drug problem, and like many do, and it's important that we have the resources and the protective things in place to prevent people from dying.
When not on the golf course, Lance Kroll now works as a recovery coach, trying to help addicts.
I think Narcan is going to be necessary everywhere we have. I have it in my vehicle now, just in case I run into a situation, because it could be at a restaurant, it could be in a school, it could be anywhere, on a golf course.
Kirk Mason, News Channel 3.
You can read more about our broadcast stories and get the scoop on other news items online. Visit WBKB11.com for sports, weather, and news updates anytime, day or night. Still ahead on WBKB News, police officers intervene in on-campus protests leading to some students getting arrested. And meteorologist Ryan Crump is next for your weather forecast.
At Donors Choose, we want students and teachers to have the tools they need for a great education. And now, more than ever, they need your support. Learn more at donorschoose.org.
GM employee program participants with a current eligible GMC lease can get this low-mileage lease on this 2024 GMC Sierra Elevation for $299 per month.
Introducing Cash Pop, the totally new game from the Michigan Lottery. Just match one number. Yep, just one. From 1 to 15. If your number drops, you can win up to $5,000. That's new Cash Pop from the Michigan Lottery.
No one should face breast cancer alone. I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. When I was diagnosed in 1980, there was no internet and little information available to make an informed decision. Today at NBCF, we help women at every step of their breast cancer journey. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. Learn more at nbcf.org/hope.
GM employee program participants with a current eligible GMC lease can get this low-mileage lease on this 2024 GMC Sierra Elevation for $299 per month.
Welcome back, everyone. Meteorologist Ryan Crump is here for a look at our forecast. Take it away, Ryan.
Thank you, Kyra. Today we saw lots of sunshine in the area, but as we were going through the evening and overnight hours, our clouds have begun to increase as we headed some showers, even some thunderstorms that's going to be in the area later on tonight and into the day on your Saturday. Pretty much the entire weekend we're going to be seeing rain and storm chances in the forecast, and some of this could be on a slight severe list as well. I'll talk about that more as we go through this forecast. Right now we have 47 degrees at Alpena, 50 in Osceola, 48 in Tawas, and 47 in Roger City. Alpena saw a high temperature of 56 degrees, slightly warmer today, and right around average where we should be for this time of the year. 53 was the high temperature in Oscoda, 56 was in Tawas, and 57 was the high temperature in Rogers City. So this is what I'm talking about here. Here's the big picture. These clusters of showers and thunderstorms are headed eventually in our directions. You might notice the clouds are already beginning to move into the area. But look at here in parts of Iowa. Iowa has already been seeing reports of tornadoes in the area. Some of it has been quite catastrophic in some of the areas. Hope for the best for them over there. And then, of course, you see some showers and thunderstorms in parts of downstate Illinois. That's going to be eventually moving its way into our direction as we go forward here. But we're going to time that out for you all on Futurecast. You're going to see that these showers are going to move through the area. We're going to have a break time. Then we're going to see more showers develop as we go through the evening hours on your Saturday until your Sunday. So it's going to be a quite noisy day on your Saturday. If you are going out, you want to bring the umbrella out there with you. It's going to be a quite wet, soggy day as you go through your day on your Saturday. And we are under a slight risk of severe weather along with this too. 2 out of 5 when it comes to a thunderstorm category, meaning that the biggest threats will be hail, large hail, and gusty winds with this. You cannot rule out a tornado, but the best chances of seeing an isolated tornado are very slim, but not zero, but very slim in that situation. So don't have to worry about that, but we do have to worry about the wind and the hail. 50 degrees will be the temperature as we go to the early morning hours. We're going to warm up really nicely to 81 degrees. The first time we could possibly see an 80-degree temperature this year. 72 will be the temperature as we go to the evening hours, but still that's well above average for this time of the year. The rain chances are going to be with us, though. We have to keep that in mind as you go through your days on your Saturday. Even until your Sunday and your Monday, we'll see rain chances in the forecast here. So it's going to be a soggy one for you all this weekend. Temperatures right now, 47 degrees at Onaway, 48 in Harrisville, 47 in Atlanta, 49 in Mile, 50 in West Branch. Well, winds are going to be coming out of the southeast right now. They're coming out of the southeast about 5 to 15 miles an hour. Some force of wind gusts up over 20 miles an hour in parts of Oscoda, around 19 in Atlanta, and 19 in Miles. So as we go through this weekend, we're going to see our temperatures at 81 degrees. 81. We have another one possibly on our Monday, not on Sunday though. It's going to be a little bit cooler. The difference is severe weather chances on our Saturday, just some regular showers and thunderstorms on your Sunday here. You see that how that's going to pan out right there. But 79 degrees on our Monday, 81 on our Saturday. Those are the best chances to see some really warmer temperatures, summer-like temperatures here. And then Cairo will go see the temperatures, well, at the end of next week, drop off just a little bit with highs back only into the 50s. But as you might look at the 7-day forecast here, there are rain chances pretty much throughout.
Thanks, Ryan. Today's photo was sent in by Ashlyn Shaydig. She shows us this dino-tastic photo with the caption, WBKB's very own Kyra Davis dressed as an inflatable dinosaur. Thank you, Ashlyn, for sharing this photo with us. If you have an interesting photo of people, places, or things that you would like to send us, email it along with a short description to news@WBKB11.com. Coming up on WBKB News at 11, the bat population is declining and how we can prevent it. And Isabella Shelton will be in the latest with sports. We'll be right back.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, inspiring stories.
I can do it!
That's right! The biggest stars.
I love Jennifer!
Weekdays at 4 on WBKB-11.
What did you get?
A 94.
That's good. AAA Auto Insurance scored a 94 on member satisfaction.
What? AAA Auto Insurance?
Uh-huh. You can't shush the truth, people. You can't shush the truth.
AAA Auto Insurance. Expect something more.
What did you get?
A 94.
That's good. AAA Auto Insurance scored a 94 on member satisfaction.
What? AAA auto insurance.
Uh-huh. You can't shush the truth, people. You can't shush the truth.
AAA Auto Insurance. Expect something more.
Authorities are cracking down on some campus protests against the war in Gaza. Police used chemical irritants on demonstrators at Emory University in Atlanta. They say dozens were arrested. The University of Southern California announced it's canceling its main commencement ceremony over what it calls safety concerns. Jason Allen reports.
Overnight, Ohio State University joined the growing list of colleges demonstrating against Israel's war in Gaza. Earlier Thursday, a similar scene at Emory University. Social media video showed officers tearing down tents and appearing to use a taser on someone pinned to the ground. It came a day after more than 50 people were arrested at the University of Texas at Austin. Both police and protesters have at times crossed a line, says Greg Lukianoff, the president of the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression.
You don't have a generalized First Amendment right to, turn the public area of a campus into a camping ground. But definitely we've seen at places like Emory and places like UT Austin, police taking things much too far.
Most detained demonstrators have not been charged with violent offenses, but there have been several instances of threatening and abusive behavior. Our Nancy Chen spoke to one Jewish student at Columbia University who grew up in Israel.
Many of us knew people or the music festival or that lived nearby. I'm sorry, I'm getting very emotional about that.
I can see you're getting emotional.
And adding to that, the situation where people scream hateful speech, who have harassed and attacked both verbally and physically people, is just making it impossible to be here.
Lukianoff says the lack of constructive dialogue between both sides on college campuses points to broader failures in American academia.
Campuses should be sort of citadels to self-reflection and asking yourselves, do I really understand this? Would I benefit from talking to someone that I disagree with? And I think that universities, particularly elite universities, have gotten really bad at doing this.
I talked to a lot of students who came out yesterday, in some cases just to see what might happen, maybe anticipating more chaos. What they saw instead was an event this time where both sides were able to have a voice. It did get a little emotional at times, but this time it never got out of control. Jason Allen, CBS News in Austin, Texas.
They've been called spooky and sinister, but bats impact our lives in ways we might not realize. CBS's Danya Backus takes a look at why the animals are known as the heroes of the night and the threats they're facing.
They are mysterious, only come out at night, and are most often associated with scary things. But there's nothing creepy about what bats do for the environment.
They're not only cute, but they do these amazing roles, like for our ecosystem.
Joseph Curdy is a bat biologist at UCLA who took us to see the fast-flying mammals in action.
We wouldn't have coffee, we wouldn't have chocolate, we wouldn't have tequila without bats. Like, that should be enough.
Over 300 species of fruit depend on bats for pollination. They help disperse seeds and also play an essential role in pest control, saving U.S. farmers billions of dollars a year in crop damage and pesticides.
Bats can eat like up to half their body weight in insects per night.
It's why among the lemon and avocado trees on the Lloyd Butler Ranch in Southern California, there's a bat detector.
They can alter the insect communities that exist here. Bats can exert a suppression effect on insects just by flying around and existing.
Rachel Blakey, an assistant professor of global change biology at Cal Poly Pomona, and her students are working with ranch manager Michael Sullivan.
I am learning more about how they will improve the systems that we have here.
For all the good they do, bats are declining around the globe due to loss of habitat because of development, extreme weather events caused by climate change, and disease.
It's very daunting. I'm going to be honest with you. It's very daunting knowing that there are all these multitudes of factors that are leading to their declines and a general apathy by just regular people towards bats.
For scientists, the hope is to reshape the narrative around the misunderstood creatures and focus on the vital things bats do for us. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Next on WBKB News, Some medical professionals are wary of using AI in the medical field. We'll have that and more in Health Watch when we come back.
My name is Dre, and I had a stroke when I was only 16 years old.
It was a normal Saturday. He played 2 games back-to-back. During the games, something was off. He said his arm felt heavy. By 1 a.m., he was in emergency brain surgery because he was having a stroke.
I didn't want to, but I felt like I was just giving up.
That's when I found American Heart Association. They saved me that night. I don't know if Dre would be here today if it wasn't for the work that the American Heart Association has done.
The American Heart Association supports life-saving research that leads to medical breakthroughs. We are fighting to help prevent death from heart disease and stroke, educating people on prevention and early detection, and working every day to find treatments and cures so you and your loved ones can live happier, healthier lives. To learn more, go to heart.org today.
Is it time yet?
It's time.
Oh, terrific.
Donating pet food is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
Welcome back, everyone. Moving on to your financial headlines, let's see how the stock market capped off the week. A positive closing as the Dow gains 153 points, the S&P 500 rises 51 points, and the NASDAQ finishes off with an increase of 316 points. CBS News' Chanel Call has the latest business news headlines from New York.
Southwest Airlines says it's pausing service to airports in 4 cities: Houston, Texas, Bellingham, Washington, Syracuse, New York, and Cozumel, Mexico. The company says it's due to delays in Boeing aircraft deliveries. Southwest is set to receive just 20 of the 46 Boeing 737 MAX 8 planes it ordered this year. Chipotle now says workers in the U.S. and Canada can order chicken with their meals again. The fast casual dining chain had temporarily asked employees, both corporate and restaurant staff, to choose another protein in order to preserve the chicken supply for customers. The directive came after Chipotle brought back its chicken al pastor in March, which executives say led to an increase in customers. And it's never too early to get into the spooky spirit. In fact, Spirit Halloween is marking halfway to Halloween with a contest for one lucky winner and friends to spend the night in the Lizzie Borden House in Massachusetts. The private state, the home of the notorious axe murder suspect, includes a ghost tour and free breakfast. Fans have until April 28th to enter by commenting on Spirit Halloween's Instagram post. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
In your Health Watch this evening, a debate over whether AI used in healthcare is beneficial and more proof of the COVID vaccines work. Michael George has some of the day's top health stories.
A study of bivalent COVID vaccines found they are effective at controlling the spread of the virus. The study in Brazil found that the bivalent vaccine, which targets multiple strains of COVID, boosted the immune response and was more effective than monovalent vaccines, which only target one strain. AI is already being used in almost every aspect of healthcare, but some medical professionals aren't on board. A study by Florida Atlantic University found more than half of nurses had reservations about AI use in healthcare. Some of their concerns include AI's lack of empathy, its potential to take jobs, and data security. And loneliness can affect a cancer patient's chances of survival. A report by the American Cancer Society found cancer patients who felt lonely had higher rates of death compared with patients who didn't. The results show that having social and emotional support can make a big difference in your health. Those are some of the day's top health stories. Michael George, CBS News.
Sports is coming up next, but first, Isabella Shelton is in with the preview of what's ahead. Bella, what do we have?
Thanks, Kyra. J.J. McCarthy is heading to Minnesota, plus the Tigers get robbed by the Royals. We'll have all that and more in sports when we come back.
When you say you rescued the dog, you steal the dog?
Yes.
Why is this guy chasing you all these years if you did everything right?
Uh-oh, you heard a screech outside at night, but you can't see what it is because there's not enough light. You need the Bionic Floodlight from Bell & Howell, the solar-powered motion-activated multi-directional floodlight that showers a super span of light. Simply stake it in the yard or mount it anywhere around your home. The onboard solar panel absorbs the sun all day to energize a flood of light at night. No wires or installation frustration. Place them in the ground to illuminate walkways and entryways, or mount it to keep unwanted critters away. Adjust the panels to light your deck and your food on the grill at the same time. Add light by the hot tub or pool. Host the nighttime neighborhood hoops games and enjoy the great outdoors at night. And right now, it's yours for just $29.99, and the shipping is free. Order now and we'll send a second Bionic Floodlight. Just pay a separate fee. And when you call, ask about the contractor's discount on the 4-light family pack. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-248-8281. That's 1-800-248-8281, or order online at bionicfloodlight.com.
It starts out small. A stirring. A feeling. And then it grows. Until finally, it gets so big, that feeling becomes a connection. At the National Park Foundation, we call it wonder. And the only thing bigger is our mission to help it thrive.
The Wolverines' former quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, is in Minnesota as he joins the Vikings roster. The national champion was one of 6 QBs drafted in the top 12 in round 1 of the NFL draft. McCarthy found himself selected at 10th overall by the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota struck a deal with the Jets to be able to pick up the quarterback, and now McCarthy is becoming a part of the Vikings' future. The team hosted a press conference earlier in the day to introduce the first-round pick.
My mindset is just take one day at a time, really focus on just getting to know everyone's names, getting to know the playbook inside and out, and, focus on being the best version of myself every single day. And, I've been doing that leading up to this point, and it got me here, and I'm just going to continue to, strive to do that every single day.
The Tigers hosted the Royals earlier in the day and took an 8-0 loss, but I'll spare you the highlights and show one insane catch from Comerica Park. Parker Meadows was the victim in this one, completely getting robbed on his hit here. Meadows absolutely crushes this one all the way to the wall, but look at this ridiculous snag from Adam Frazier. That's just not fair. Frazier takes it one step further and throws it to first, doubling up on Javier Baez. That snag kind of set the tone for the Tigers' loss, thanks to Frazier. As WBKB closes in on their upcoming transition, as many of you may have suspected, this will be my last broadcast. Over the past 2 years, I've learned so much, and I'm truly grateful for all the opportunities and experiences I've had during my time in northeastern Michigan. I came into this fresh out of college, and I never imagined that I'd be slinging fish at the Brown Trout Festival just a month into the job. Aside from that, all the coaches and athletic directors I've had the pleasure of working with and getting to know, WBKB Sports wouldn't be what it is without you. To all of the great local athletes, it's been an honor to capture your best moments on the field, ice, and court these last 2 years. I wish you the best in whatever comes next. I'll always be rooting for you. One of the best parts of working here at WBKB has been the friendships I've made. Of course, a big shout out to Kevin Hodge and Kurt Smith. To Kyra and Ryan, you guys are great. Everyone in the control room, Matt Dzinski, and to one of my closest friends, Natalie Gressens, who's probably wiping her tears off the director board up there. This station also gave me another lifelong friend in Taylor Truman. Also a shout out to my former partner in crime in the sports department, Drew Chelly, as well as Carter Landis and Elmer Mejas Sagastume, who started this journey with me and remain great friends. I'm forever thankful to this community for embracing me. I appreciate all your words of encouragement. And also a shout out to the team at Starbucks who kept me going on the daily. And Carrie at Go Fetch, Rosie says thank you for all the treats. As for me, I'm not sure where I'm headed, but if I get grilled for wearing a Patrick Kane Wings jersey, I'll get to tell the story of being a sports anchor for WBKB. Don't go anywhere. WBKB News at 11 will be right back with more after this.
Today, 1 in 5 working-age Americans has a mental health condition.
People in all types of jobs and at all levels.
And the key to helping us succeed is a supportive and inclusive workplace.
All of us have a role to play in making that happen.
So what can I do to help?
As a CEO, I can set the tone for supportive culture.
As a manager, I can offer assistance and accommodations.
As a coworker, I can listen and be a source of support to my colleagues.
As someone with a mental health condition, I can ask for what I need to perform my best.
I can offer all employees the supports they need to deliver on the job. For the team
and for the business.
What can I do?
What can I do?
What can I do?
I can remind others
that we all benefit from workplaces that promote good mental health.
Mental health-friendly workplaces are more important than ever.
And all of us have a role to play in promoting them.
Learn more at whatcanyoudocampaign.org.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, I turn the spotlight on you. Inspiring stories.
I can do it!
That's right! The biggest stars.
You have your own show. I love
Jennifer.
There you go.
I just pulled up. And did I mention the surprises?
I would have worn my good wig.
Weekdays at 4 on WBKB-11.
Welcome back, everyone. For his final look at weather, let's send it back over to meteorologist Ryan Crump. Close it out for us, Ryan.
Thank you, Kyra. Tonight we're going to see increasing clouds, and that's going to be a sign of showers or thunderstorms are going to be in the air. We already have some showers that's headed in our direction as clouds have already begun increasing. Low temperatures are going to be about 43 in Roger City, 46 in Alpena, 44 in Harrisville, 46 in Tawas, 45 in Osceola, and 46 in Onaway, 49 in West Branch. Winds will be out of the southeast at 15 to 20 miles an hour, gusts as high as 30 miles an hour. Some stronger gusts when you see the thunderstorms come through the area. Tomorrow, well, look at the temperatures here. A big difference with what we saw the last couple of days here. We'll have our fair share of showers and thunderstorms, and we could be under a slight risk of severe weather with some of this as well. High temperatures 75 in Roger City, 78 in Alpena, 73 in Osceola, 71 in Tawa, 78 in West Branch, 75 in Miles, 77 in West Branch, and winds will be out of the south at 15 to 20 miles an hour, gusts as high as 30 miles an hour. A much warmer day than we have been seeing. But before we head back to the desk for Kyra, I have one final announcement that I want to make for you all today. As you might know, today is my last newscast with WBKB-11. Morgan Murphy, as you might know, has decided to eliminate the meteorologist position here at WBKB-11, as they're going to be making a full transition starting on Monday. Now, you all know that I enjoyed my time here, and I definitely enjoyed my job. I love doing this. I've been doing this since I was 8 years old. I wanted to do this since I was 8. And I want to thank the community for making me feel welcome, despite the fact that I'm not from Alpena. I also want to thank Kevin Hodge for hiring me and giving me an opportunity to get my foot in the door and to begin my career as a meteorologist, along with Matt Fitzpatrick, who helped me make my very first commercial. I also want to thank Carter and Elmer for helping me when I needed to throughout the time when they were here. I also want to give thanks to the operations team, Natalie and Matt, in the control room, because without their help, we wouldn't be able to make a newscast here. Now, over the year, Alpena has become my second home away from home in Chicago, which is my first. Now, right now, there's still uncertainty to where I'm going to be headed to next. I will be at Alpena just a little bit longer to find out where my meteorologist, until I find my next meteorologist job. And last but without least, the friendships that you make in here are just as important. And it's just as important as enjoying the job itself. There are two in particular that I want to mention, and that's Kyra Davis, the lovely anchor that we'll be dealing with, and the behind-the-scenes operator and the floor person in Jasmine. These two have become my best friends over the last 5 or 6 months. They make coming to work worth it, whether it's at work or outside of work. And I can't express how grateful I am for these two. And I'm glad that I found them and that they are in my life.
Thanks, Ryan. It was a pleasure working with you and Bella. That will do it for tonight's news. Visit WBKB11.com for sports, weather, and news updates anytime, or add us on Facebook at facebook.com/WBKB-TV. We're also streaming our shows live on the free-to-download app Zeem, formerly known as View It, or you can visit our website. Be sure to wake up with us on Monday at 6:30 for WBKB Early Morning. We'll see you then. Have a great night.